Here was a guy with a very heavy Austrian accent, and believe me, I know heavy accents, who not only decided to be the greatest bodybuilder in the world, but also the greatest movie star in the world. And then, he did it. So now, here's Arnold Schwarzenegger's road to Hollywood. Pretty good, huh?
My road to Hollywood started with my bodybuilding career. I always wanted to be first the Mr. Universe and the Mr. World and Mr. Olympia and win all those bodybuilding championships, because the idols that I had, which was Reg Park and Steve Reeves, all were Mr. Universes and bodybuilding champions. So I used bodybuilding kind of as a stepping stone, as a means to an end. The end being that my vision was in Hollywood. My vision was to get on a big screen. And so I won the championships in bodybuilding, moved over here to America, started taking acting lessons. I started getting offers. One crazy one was Hercules in New York. I remember they needed a very muscular guy. And I, that particular year, which was in 1969, I won the Mr. Universe contest. So I was on all those covers in the of the muscle magazines. And they said, okay, have this guy come over for an interview. So I went over there with my friend, Joe Weider. And I said to him, listen, I said, I can't speak English. I said, you got to do all the talking. So Joe Weider went over there for the interview, and he told him, he says, I don't want my client to talk. I'm going to do all the talking. I said, but we're dealing here with a major Shakespearean actor. He's in German stage, in Austria, Switzerland, he's all over the place, speaks also good English, everything is under control, he's a great actor. And they signed me up. I couldn't believe it. They never asked me, is it true what he's saying? Is it true that you can act? And that's how I got my first role in films, is to be the star in a movie called Hercules in New York, which then was changed to Hercules Goes Bananas or something like this. Never saw it on a screen. I think it came out on TV in South America somewhere before Revolution. But I mean, anyway, I never saw it. I think they knew better not to let me talk.
She left without saying goodbye.
Yeah, but don't you see what she's doing? She's trying to draw them away so we can escape.
You said those men were dangerous.
Dangerous? Boy, I'll say.
Hurry.
And so I hired a publicist, which was quite unknown to the bodybuilding world, to have a publicist. But I thought, you got to go all out on this whole thing, right? And so I hired a publicist, and they were talking about, you got to do the Johnny Carson show and the Merv Griffin show and this show and that show. And I went then from talk show to talk show. And one of the shows I did was the Merv Griffin show. And it was very funny on that Merv Griffin show. It was, I was amazed myself. And so the next day, because I had some good lines and it was funny, the next day I got a phone call from Lucille Ball. I was sitting at home, and someone said to Mrs. Arnold, Lucille Ball is on the phone. I said, yeah. And then you woke up. And they said, no, I'm sure it sounds like her, very aggressive, and you know. So I got to the phone, and she said to me, and Gary Morton was on the other line. So she said to me, she says, I saw you yesterday on Merv Griffin, and you were absolutely hilarious. I think you have a great sense of humor, she says. You must be the first German speaking that has a great sense of humor. And she started talking about all that, how the Germans have no sense of humor. And I said, I'm from Austria. I clarified that right away. And so anyway, so she said, come into the office. I think that you and I ought to work together. It was a 7-minute part. It was a really good part to play an Italian masseur. I set up table.
You need any help?
See, take off your clothes.
All of them?
Put on this.
How'd you know my size?
No. You must relax, Mrs. Mickles.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Still more.
Yeah.
Good. Now we begin. Now you must relax.
Yeah.
You're too tense.
Yeah.
This is your first massage?
Yeah, so please be gentle.
So then, after that, I was hired by Bob Rafelson. He wanted to do the movie Stay Hungry. And the movie had a character in it that was, again, a Mr. Universe character. luckily. And he could not find anyone in this town. In those days, no actor really had muscles. There were very few guys that were working out then. So he came to me and he says, I want you to read for this part and all this and that. And I read for the part. I took some acting lessons, read for the part, and he was very happy with the performance. And he cast me in this movie with Sally Fields and with Jeff Bridges. Right after that, I did Pumping Iron, and I had the chance, this time for the first time, to really show my personality.
Remember one thing, when you pose, a lot of little guys have one habit, and they hide away when they pose. When they do an arm pose, they do like this. Okay, and the big guy will come right out with his arm. So never do that, never hide away. Like right now, he did like this. Show them the whole thing. Make the move, open up the whole body.
So it was not only a great vehicle to promote bodybuilding, but it was a great vehicle for myself, to promote myself and what I can do. And that then got me into streets of San Francisco. That to me was incredible because I've seen this show for years.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. It just looks so ridiculous.
Well, you told me to show you.
Oh, forgive me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
Oh, you just licked me out.
Oh, I told you I was sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
But you did. You think I'm funny, huh?
Then I did the villain. I think that I must have made more phone calls after I got this deal to friends of mine all over the world saying, guess what? I'm working with Anne Margaret. I think I have arrived. I'm doing a big Hollywood movie.
Do you have a girl? Have you ever had a girl?
I don't think so, Miss Charming. No. The Jane Mansfield story was one of those very fortunate situations because, again, here I was asked to play a character, a Mr. Universe by the name of Mickey Haggerty. I felt right away here it gives me a good opportunity to play much more the emotions than I have played in previous movies.
Are you crazy? Don't you see how ridiculous you look out there posing with your nightgown on for the tourists?
You don't own me. They love me. They want to see me. They're my public.
Well, then sell tickets, why don't you? Popcorn, the whole works. Just like our wedding.
Look who's talking. You'd still be one of Mae West's chorus boys if it weren't for me. I hate you!
Stop it! Stop.
I hate you!
People like Lucille Ball, or Art Carney, or Kirk Douglas, Anne Margaret, people like this that made me really feel good and complimented me after every scene, although I knew the scene was totally hideous and I maybe didn't pull it off and needed another 20 takes. But they were there and they were backing me up, and that to me I will never forget, and I will always treat them like that, the rest of my life. Dino De Laurentiis hired me in Conan, and he said to me, Schwarzenegger, are you at the Conan? Ah. I said, great. You mean I'm going to be playing this great character, Conan the Barbarian? Ah, I'll make you a star. Terminator was a big stepping stone in my career. It was a movie where I had to totally rely on the acting and on getting into the character of playing like a machine, a human machine.
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor. I was told that she's here. Could I see her, please?
No, can't see her. She's making a statement.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. You want to wait? There's a bench over there.
I'll be back.
And Commando we did after that, which was, again, a terrific movie. But then we went on to Predator. It was for the first time that I had a chance of doing a suspense horror type of a movie. So then from Predator we went to Running Man. And Running Man was just another one of those really crazy, futuristic action movies. But what was interesting about it was that the critics all of a sudden looked at this as like a great performance, as a terrific movie, a wise choice, a wonderful star vehicle, and all this kind of thing. And I said to myself, wait a minute, am I missing something? I mean, I know that Running Man is a good movie, otherwise I wouldn't have done it, but that it was a critically acclaimed movie, and that I was getting awards and all those kind of things, I was quite stunned by that.
I've been in the business 30 years.
Well, I haven't been in show business as long as you have, Killian. But I'm a quick learner. So I'm going to give the audience what I think they want.
Drop dead!
I don't do requests. From Running Man, we went to Red Heat. The movie was not really big by any means. It was medium success, but it was terrific for me. I could play something different again. But what it did was, because of the comic elements in there, in the film, I think that we saw a certain reaction out there, that the audience responded really well of me being in circumstances that are funny, where they can laugh at me or laugh about me or me laughing at myself, all of those kind of things to bring some humor to those pictures that were very intense in the past. I went to Ivan Reitman and I said to him, who did Ghostbusters and all those really funny, great movies, I said to him, I would like to work with you. I want you to direct me. And he said to me right after, he says, you know, you have a real good quality for comedy. The only thing is that it has never really been brought out on a screen. I've never seen it on a screen except little glimpses here and there. I would like to do that. I would like to take that shot and have you star in a comedy. And he wrote then, he had the script developed, Twins. Then we both got the idea that maybe Danny DeVito should be playing my twin brother.
Here, try these on.
Sunglasses.
Yeah. There you go. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Whoa.
Do I look cool now?
Mr. Ice.
And then after Twins, I did, of course, Total Recall, which was a huge budget, huge action movie, fantasy movie, futuristic movie with Paul Verhoeven directing, which then again broke all the records and set new records for me in the box office.
Catch!
Get ready for a surprise.
So I would say that the last 4 movies were the right choices because if you think about it, going from Twins to Total Recall, from Total Recall to Kindergarten Cop.
Are these all your lunches? You mean you eat other people's lunches? Stop it!
And then we went from there to Terminator 2. Now, of course, we have just finished Last Action Hero. And one thing that I don't want to do here is promote Last Action Hero, because this is a program that just shows you from the beginning to the end, not to promote a movie. I just want to tell all the people, everyone, go and see Last Action Hero. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to promote the movie or talk much about it. Just go and see it, because if you don't see it, it's a big loss for you and for me. And so it's an absolute must, because it is, in fact, the big ticket for '93.
Holy cow! I'm in the movie!
Who the hell are you?
Don't shoot me! I'm Danny Madigan. I'm a kid.
Is that guy?
The voice,
The cone of phrase.
the bad puns, the hard rock. This is really happening.
It's a totally different movie. This one is much deeper. It has many more philosophic implications.
Hi.
This movie, we only killed 48 people, compared to the last one where we killed 119. I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do? My road to Hollywood was a rocky road. It was a roller coaster. It was an up and a down and an up and a down, and it was a lot of fun. Every minute was, every hour, every day that I worked in show business was always a lot of fun. And I think that I will continue working in this business for a long time, not only as an actor, but as a director, as a producer, and down the line run several of the studios simultaneously in this town. So that's basically the plan.